The latest Jane Austen adaptation is now on Netflix, so let's talk about Persuasion and see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services like Netflix. If you guys are like me, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below for more up-and-coming content. When Frederick Wentworth, the one who got away, crashes back into Anne Elliot's life, she must choose between putting the past behind her or listening to her heart when it comes to second chances. I've only ever read one Jane Austen novel, and that was Pride and Prejudice back in 12th grade, part of a summer program leading into my senior year. I've seen a few of the adaptations, and I am aware of how the dialogue is. This film does not seem like that's that. I have not read Persuasion at all, but I am aware that it might be something completely different in terms of its dialogue. It feels like it is trying to be a little bit modern with its dialogue and the conversations. If I was a hardcore Jane Austen fan, I would be absolutely frustrated with this film. And there are plenty of films that people see that are based on novels, and they want them to be faithful to that book. And when it's not, it gets irritating. And when you have a film that is based off of a highly popular book by one of the best authors ever, there is so much writing into it that you have to make it faithful to that book, or people will riot. Or people will be upset with how it turns out. And I feel like that's going to be how Persuasion is. I've seen already tweets and reviews that it is one of the worst adaptations from a Jane Austen novel. As someone who has not read Persuasion, I thought it was decent. Not the best thing ever, just decent. The one thing that I found frustrating with this film is I do not feel that love or that wanting to have that second chance at love between Anne Elliot and Frederick Wentworth. I just do not feel that they were even in love in the first place. And in the beginning of the film, she states that she was persuaded by her family and friends to give up Frederick Wentworth, who's played by Cosmo Jarvis. A very lovey-dovey shot of them two holding each other in the beginning. That's really about it. I just do not buy into the relationship or them wanting to have that second chance at love because of the dialogue and how the characters are explored. It isn't till the end of the film where we do kind of see them together once again and that love is growing, but everything in between, the dialogue and the interactions feel so short and they're not allowed for a lot of growth or emotion to come out. I've read comparisons between the novel and the movie, and the dialogue is shortened significantly to make it feel more modern and more of a friendly Netflix movie. And with that shortened dialogue, that more modern take on it, you're just not able to feel that love or feel that relationship grow once again between the two. Dakota Johnson's pretty good in here. There are some more emotional moments for this character. I think that she handles it pretty well. She breaks the fourth wall quite often, and that's where that more modern take comes in. It's trying to be clever and funny. It's just not working. I did like that insight to that character and seeing how she's feeling about relationships and family and friends, but that dialogue really does not match the overall setting and the story for these two. When I think of a Jane Austen novel or a book, the dialogue felt very off and it just felt very modern and like it's trying to be friendly compared to the more sophisticated take that Jane Austen did so well. We also have Henry Golding in the film. He's supposed to challenge the relationship between Frederick and Anne, and his presence in the film doesn't really do much to move these two forward, and it doesn't really do anything to grow the relationship between Frederick and Anne. It's just kind of there, and it just feels stuck. I wasn't too impressed with Persuasion. I expected a little more. At times I felt like it was trying to be clever and witty. It just did not work, and that shortened dialogue, the more modern take on it, did not allow for that relationship to flourish and feel like they were in love and they were having that second chance and they were dying to be in love with each other again. I just did not get that feel from this movie at all. The performances were pretty good, with Dakota Johnson quite often breaking the fourth wall, getting that insight to the character, handling some of the emotional moments. Cosmo Jarvis was very quiet for this character. He also did not sell his performance, and I really didn't believe that he was in love with Anne at all within the film. So Persuasion, not the best Jane Austen adaptation I have seen. I've seen a few of them here and there, but the other ones that I have seen are much better than this. So before I give you my score for Persuasion on Netflix, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit the subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give Persuasion a C. Thank you guys for checking my review for Persuasion on Netflix. Have you guys seen it by chance? What did you think about it compared to the novel? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.